Hi guys, so here we are with month 2 of Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and Sarah has drawn out the background theme and the decorative theme, and it is neutrals and fancy flower or fancy flowers. So first of all, before we get cracking, I wanted to sort of have a little chat about what is neutral. I'm just going to go on my iPad. I just need to go into my Pinterest. Oh, here we go. So what I do when I'm not sure about colours, I'll go on Pinterest and I look up neutral colours, and I have a look at what comes up when you get some nice sort of colour tones, sort of, you know, what goes in with those colours sort of thing, if you know what I mean, like the range of colours, I should say. And you'll see it's interesting because quite a lot of interesting neutral colour scheme. I mean, there's all kinds of colours in there. So obviously instantly when we think about neutral, we're thinking about, instantly what pops into my mind is, I pulled out some fabrics already, way too many, don't need any of these. But I just wanted to show you, these are what sort of pops into my mind. These are just linens, they're not old. This is an old French mattress sticking. When I think of neutrals too, sometimes these sorts of things pop into my mind, like with the red or the blue stripe. I have another one here. These sorts of things remind me of neutral, just because quite often, I think they're things that I love are the French and the Italian tea towels that are quite often like this. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so these are all sort of neutrals to me. This is one is tending a bit more towards a greeny, sagey, pistachio sort of colour, but it's still quite neutral. So, you can go in a variation of colours and tones and shades of your neutrals. But I do think that it can be interpreted, it can be interpreted with these sorts of other shades as well. Or you can go more traditional neutral like this, shades of beige or crew, or you can slip in other colours. So I'm thinking, I did pull out also, here I have in this old box, some tea-dyed things that I did. Not those, they're white. But these are all tea-dyed, and I did them, and we might do a bit of that. Might have a video on that. I think I meant to have a video on that. And I did it a bit like, lots of people said it's tie-dyeing, but I did the shibori techniques that my sister had told me about when I went to Australia. And you just sort of bunch up your pieces of fabric, so they need an iron, in different ways, and then you get all these different sort of tie-dye effects too. So that's another way. Here they were elastics as well, and you get the circles. So lots of interesting things can happen doing that as well, just with the tea. That one turned out a bit more, I love that shade. So, you can combine that sort of thing in as well. I did a bit of lace. That's lovely. I might pull that out actually. Yeah, so that's what I just wanted to talk to you a little bit. Have a little look on, I like Pinterest for that, is just to see, put in your neutral tones and just see what comes out. So, but I mean, this is obvious. In your neutrals, you might go from, white right to brown. These are kind of neutral, even though you've got some grey in there. Look at those shades. So you can go a little bit yellowy, grey. Oops. Oh, sorry, guys. There's an ad there. A little bit more pinky, purpley, lilac-y. I wouldn't say that's exactly all neutral, but it's a bit colourful. But yeah, just very subtle sort of colours. So anyway, I thought I'd take my inspiration. I do like that one, but I think there's a bit more colour than what I would class as neutral. This probably has a bit more, but I would like these sorts of tones here, and even those, maybe not so much the greeny colours, but these first, and even a couple of those could fit in, and maybe that one and that one, they sort of inspire me. And I found this piece of old Sanderson fabric that I had, that I feel like incorporates a lot of those sorts of colours there. So I felt like I might not choose the piece where there's stronger colours, but I could choose a little piece of that in my background. And then the other thing I've pulled out is So I'll just move that aside. The other thing I've pulled out is some of my printed out ephemera here. And there's all different shades of neutrals there. If I want to slip one of those in the background, I just pulled that out. That's I think that one might have been coffee dyed. It's a bit darker. I also have this sort of thing, can be nice in the background. That's the correct side. I love all these little bits here. All of those little bits are good. And then of course there's this sort of thing. Threads everywhere. I'm hiccuping because I've just eaten lunch and I think I probably ate too quickly. Oh, and this. Now, you might think I'm mad, but I love little scrappy bits like that. So when I like a scrappy bit, I keep it. And that could be stitched somewhere. This lovely piece of old grungy sort of lace. I don't know. I'm not going to use all these things. I'm just showing all that. This is some stamping that I did. These were vintage stamps that I found at the antique market. Here's another. This is beigey. This is neutrally sort of colours. That's a piece of hemp. This is so faded that I could almost class that as neutral. Here's another French ticking. So I have lots of these things. These shades of more soft, subtle, neutrally sort of colours. I liked this flower here. I have no idea yet what I'm doing. I'm just showing you different things that are possibilities. I also wondered whether, you know, you could get away with a little bit of something like that too in your background, but I might not use it. We'll just see how it turns out. And then that's just an embroidery. And I thought this is lovely. This is antique tulle with some dots on it. So I thought that could be very nice in the background to create a bit of texture. So this is what we're going to be playing with. I thought I'd just show you some different things. So if you want to pause your video, or you might, and start grabbing things. Of course, laces. And I have a whole pile of hemps over there, just bits and pieces of hemps that I could use. I'm just seeing in my little box here, I have little bits and pieces sometimes. Oh, here's a piece of tea-dyed sort of thing. So anything like that. And let's see if there's anything else in there. Here's a collection of beigey tones that I had sort of stitched together for a, you know, maybe to use in a journal. So lots of different options. Yeah, anyway, I've got way too much here. This could confuse me. There's too much. I pulled out too much for this month. But anyway, let's see. Let's have a play. And these are new fabrics, but I do love them. They're Italian fabrics, and they're just like some sort of cotton, but I've given them a wash and a dry because they were a bit stiffer and they didn't have this nice texture. They do fray a little bit, but I do like the quality of them, and they're very nice to stitch on. So I'm going to be mixing in some of these, and I love their toile. It's new, but it's just a lovely thing. And then I'll mix them in a little bit with the old. That's a yarn dyed woven new fabric, but I like the color of that. And that is a linen, and that's a linen as well, which is lovely. So plenty to play with. So I will be back soon, and we will start figuring out the background, because we do the background in the first week of the month. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a few days, and quite a few days since I did the first bit of the video. I have no clear idea about what I want to do. We talked about shades of neutrals and your interpretation. Oh, sorry, I just ran up the stairs. So I don't really have a clear idea about what I want to do. So let me grab a block. This is my base. And let's just start laying things down. Hopefully I'm on screen because I zoomed in for you. But sometimes I sometimes will just put a random thing down that I think I might like to use, and then go from there. I know these little pieces. Is the light any good? Because it is afternoon. So this is a bit like, it's a bit like, I might put something like that on, but afterwards. It's a bit like, what did I want to say? You know, paper collaging, like what we did with the oh my goodness, running up the stairs is not good. It's a bit like the book page collage. That's what I'm trying to say. So I do want to put some of these newer fabrics in, so I might remove those. We'll just see. Yeah, it's a bit like the book collage where you vary the shades of the one color. I don't want a huge piece. I'll tear it. This tears nicely, this fabric, but it does curl a little bit and it's very fray. I could have torn that, but it doesn't matter. It's going to go under something anyway. So I might put, actually I quite like that up there. I have no idea, no clue whatsoever what my, I'd like that. What my, gosh, I can't think, what my composition is going to be like. I haven't decided how I'm going to do this one. I'll put that there. Actually, you know what? I can turn this around and have that nice edge up there and tuck that under there. So overlap yours. I don't think I mentioned that last time. Make sure you overlap them, you know, on top of each other well. Might not use that one. That's a possibility. I love this one. Let's see what else there is. Maybe not that one. So just sort of chuck to the side what you think you might not use. I probably won't use that one because I've got way more. I might use that, or will I use that? Or I'd like to use my, no, I won't use that one, I don't think. So I'm mixing old and new. That's old, 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 and new and new. I'm going to have a bit of this, I think. I'll just tear across there. Okay, so let's see here. I might put it up. Let's see, does it overlap enough? Could do it that way. And I do want some of this. Oh, there's my piece. I think I might have a smaller piece of that. Is this smaller? Yes. I think I'll have a smaller piece. Just get rid of the stringy bits. And then I'm going to have a piece of twirl. That over the top. No, maybe I like that there. Like maybe I cut it too small. No, it's just going to make it. That's okay. But I do also have these, you see. I might prefer this. I think I prefer that colouring more. So let's just tear a piece of this off. And I need to make sure that I don't, if that doesn't meet, I might have to choose something else, or I can actually cover that up. Actually, that's probably not a problem. So there, put that one there, and I've got a little gap there. Oh, I could put that there. What I don't like about that is it's the same height as that. Put it that way. Okay, that's looking like my background. My neutral, well, this to me is neutrals, all these shades of things. Okay, I didn't use that one. Right, and then I don't know if I'm going to have space for this one or not, because I need to do my fancy flowers. But that is beautiful, isn't it? No, I might not use that. Okay, but I might use, where did I throw? I've got these. Oh, I thought about that, but I don't think I'll use that. Oh, let's just have a look. No. Where did my other, oh, here we go. This is what I wanted. Oh, and I want to put this on. I love that scrappy bit. That's going to go somewhere. I've got this. I can always decide that afterwards, or I've got this tea-dyed one. Maybe I could take that off. I don't know. Anyway, what I will do is I'm going to base that down. I don't know, I'm going to find a spot for that. So I'm going to base this down now. I'll put the pins in, and where's my basting thread? I think it might be, I haven't, it's been such a long time ago, hasn't it? I'll get this. I probably don't need that. Where's my, oh no, I put it away. Okay, let's grab this. I put it back in the drawer where it should be. Okay. So I've got this, and I need to put some pins in here. So if you can hear anything, noise, that's my husband. I think I might have to decide about the lace when I decide what I'm doing, because I don't want to, that's a beautiful piece of lace, that old one. I don't want to be covering it up. So I've gone with more traditional shades of neutrals. You know, the linen-y colours and the different ecru's, and just these little bits here have like what I showed you in the colour palette. I'll pull that up afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and just base this down. Then I will be invisible stitching it, so I'll do that, and then we'll start maybe working on the background. So I'll see you again soon. Okay, so I'm back. I took my tacking out, and if you're new to the what we're doing, the video where I show you the tacking and the invisible stitch is the first video where we revealed last month's prompt. So it'd be the first video of January. So that's what it looks like on the back with the invisible stitching, and now I feel confident to go on and play around with it without worrying about pins or anything like that. So I still have no idea. It's only been like 40 minutes probably since I turned the camera off. I did go downstairs and have some Vegemite. I did. We don't need that. Chuck that over there. And so I do need to think about, will I have a bit of lace? Because I love a bit of lace. And I could have my lace. I don't want to cover it all up, but I could have a little piece of lace there. No, I'm not mad about that. There. It's because I don't know yet what I'm doing in my, I'll just tuck it under so I can see. No, I don't like that. I like it like that, but I'm not sure what my composition is going to be. So that might have to come later. I also pulled out this. I'd like to use some of this beautiful antique netting with the spots. So I'm wondering if I'd like to just bunch some up somewhere. I think I might do that. Okay, I'm just going to cut a piece off. Oh, aren't I terrible? Oh, just snip it off. Just cut it off. There we go. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, I am just going to create a little bit of texture there. I might not need any lace this time round. I'm just going to put some pins in. I'm just going to hand stitch that down. It's very random. I like that. Something different. Try to do something a little bit different every time. So I'll just grab this and I'm just going to put a few stitches in here and there. So I still consider this working on my background. I'm going to do little invisible stitches because I might do some stitching over the top, I don't know. So just catch all the bits. Oh, I stabbed myself. I don't want it to go completely flat, but just a little bit. No, I'll leave that there actually. I don't want it to go completely flat. But I also don't want it to look like a tent either. Oh, itchy eye, just a sec. Oh, got a scratch. Okay, under the glasses, not the easiest thing to do. Yep, just put a little stitch in there to catch that. Catch that. I'm just randomly doing this. Hopefully I like it. Just move it around here and there. Okay, I just need to get another piece of thread. Hopefully the lighting's okay. It's getting dark outside. There's a beautiful sunset out there. Must be 5 o'clock or something. No, it might be later than that. Could be 6. No, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't still be light, I don't think. Now that noise there is the electrical shutter going down. That's Lulu. Oh, it helps if you put a knot. It's a fine line between having it too puckery and about not flat. And anything you don't like, you can just unpick it and take it off. It's not permanent. When I'm stitching, I don't like to use glue to hold anything down. I like to hold it down with stitches. Unless it were like if you know, there's a quilter's glue that's not permanent that you can spray, and when you're, rather than basting, like if you're making a big quilt, rather, you know how you have to sort of baste your 3 layers together, the wadding or the batting and the top layer and the bottom layer, so that way you don't get puckering in it, you know, when you go and do your quilting. There is I have used that glue before. It's great. There's a removable quilter's spray glue, which is wonderful for that sort of thing. So if you were wanting to hold your pieces, I watched someone's video and they used it. That's, you know, if you don't want to baste, you can use the spray glue, and because it's not permanent and it washes away. But yeah, it wouldn't bother you to use that. But I wouldn't use like, you know, like a PVA glue or anything like that on my stitching. I just feel like if I'm stitching, I'm not gluing. Unless I'm gluing it to paper, I might use some glue. stitch this down, nearly there. So I'll be so excited to see what you all come up with. I've stitched my other block in my book too, and must remember to show you that at the end of the video. Yeah, I'm really excited to see everyone's this month, not this week. It's a monthly challenge, monthly project. You can see why it's good for me. It's good for my sister too, because she's back at work now, so she's going to find it hard. So she needs time, a bit of time to be able to get hers done. But I really like to have the time and not be in a rush, because I procrastinate. Like, you know, I'm doing my background here, but I've got no idea what I want to do, because I like so many things. That's the problem. I like so many different styles. Second time, no, not. Do you think we'll be third time lucky? I just like so many different things. Like, I could go bright, or I could go pale, you know, or I could go in between. I just never know what I want to do. So I sort of have to and ah and think about it for a bit. My sister, she's incredible. She knows what she's doing. She's amazing. She's so organised. I'm going to put a little crease in there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and I think that's enough. And I've just created a little bit of, texture there. Oops. Oh, and I've got a tangle there. So you know what? I'm just going to tie it. I got a knot when I was knotting. But just to be sure that it's knotted properly, I'll just tie 2 knots while it's still long and then trim it off. There we go. Okay, so there's my little, I love that. I'll just go like that all the time. Oh, yeah, that's great. Okay. Right, what's next? I don't think I'm going to use that. I certainly don't want to cut it, because it is beautiful. That would be nice up there. I could cut it. No, we're not cutting it. And I have, where's that little beautiful lace gone? I could attach that, but I don't want to. I don't want to cover anything up. I just don't want to. Now I could have a little piece up there. Oh, you see? Now that I put that down there, I quite like that up there. I quite like it. What else do I have floating around? Oh, I had that bit, but that's not lace. That's just a darker ecru-y sort of colour. Oh, I need to put this on too. Look at that scrap. It's very old and I really do like it. Oh, I don't want to, oh, I've done some nice bunching there. I don't want to cover that, but I quite like that. I think I'll put that there. I'll just pin it. I have gone over the edge there, so I might have to, oh no, I'll probably be all right actually. That there, and I'm wondering about that. Or do I want to go darker, or do I want to go lighter? I think I will stitch that there. This one will have to go somewhere eventually. Is this beautiful? No, I won't put that. And I won't put that. Okay, I think I am going to put that piece up there. What do you think? Here. Okay, so let's just grab this. It's old and grungy. And I'll pin it and then I'll cut it. Okay. So I'll stitch those on. I'm going to cut that off and I'll have another piece for something else. Okay, so that's going to go there. Let me just stand up and have a look at it. Yes. And that will stitch down. Keep all your little scrappy bits. Or would I like this? Just let me try up here. Would I like that up? Here even. Let me just see. Oh, I think I like it up there more. I'll tell you why, because it was kind of disappearing there, and this is very dark, and I think you need like a mid-tone, which is like this, to go with that. So I think that's going to go up there. I've changed my mind. Okay. Well, I'll work on that. I'll stitch those down. And as with before, I haven't decided about any sort of background stitching yet like I did last time. I didn't decide straight away. So I think I'll stitch those down, and then I may come back tomorrow and do a little bit more on the background. So I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, when I said tomorrow, tomorrow means like in a second for you, but tomorrow for me. Okay, so I'm back. It's tomorrow, Wednesday, and I've stitched down everything. And I'm just thinking, you know, when I think of neutrals, I also think of European grain sacks. I don't think I have any examples here, but you know the grain sacks that are the hemp, and then they've got the blue lines or the red line, just maybe one or two down them. And I'm just thinking I might do embroider down here like that, just to there, to maybe to here, and then I'm going to go across there, because it just reminds me of that. So let's see how I go. Oh, just a minute, I've got one. Is that the same thread? It is. I've already got one. So I'm going to go, this is one of my favorite blues. I've shown it to you before, 931. And I'm not even going to draw it, I don't think. I'm just going to start. I'll start here. I want to sort of come over the edge of this one as well. And I'm going to do just little stitches next to each other. It'll take a while to do, so I'll just start it off and show you how I'm doing it. I think I'll just try and go like that, just saving on thread as well. So fairly close together. Just parallel loose stitches. Loose in the sense that they're not, you know, right next to each other, creating sort of like a satin stitch effect. So here's a bit thicker. So I might have to stab. Still haven't decided, like, you know, what I'm going to do on the background. I might, as the week goes on, if I get some done, it could be that I end up reappearing next Wednesday and I haven't done anything in the background any further than what you see here. I didn't want it, it's looking a bit regular, isn't it? I didn't want it to be too regular. Because you know me, I like messy. You probably think I'm totally weird. I always say that, don't I? Because I've got no idea what it will look like. You know what? If I don't like it, I pull it out. So I will keep on going and then come back when I'm towards the end, and so you can see the full effect of it. I've never done it before, so we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I'm back. I've just done my 2 lines there, and there will be like flowers and things, I think, coming up. So what did I want to say? Yeah, that will be kind of partially covered. I'm just doing some cantha stitching up here. I'm going to come down into, I'm going over that piece of fabric that I attached there as well. I'm going to come down into here with the cantha stitch. I'll leave that. And then I'm going to do cantha stitch, I think, down here. I haven't decided about this yet, or there. I think I'll decide about these bits here when I decide my composition. I'm thinking possibly I might do some embroidery in here, and I might do some embroidery in here as well. I'm thinking my cantha stitch will all go in there, in those bits, and here and around here as well. So that will be it for today's video. But I wanted to just show you, I have stitched in my bunny. Also, Sarah mentioned she's going to do a belt sort of thing, a tie, a slow stitch tie for hers. And because my spine is cracking and not in great shape, I'm actually going to create a slow stitch piece or something for here. So that will be, we'll do that in a video too. I'll just decide with my sister when we'll do that. So these are my stitched in pages, which you've already seen, but I'm very pleased with them, how they turned out. And this one I stitched in. Now, someone in the Facebook group, she was like, oh, mine's so wonky. Well, I am the queen of wonky. Look at this. This is so wonky. It's become much smaller than my page, which is fine. And you know what I did? I just bunched up a little bit of, I was saying to my sister, I see wonky as an opportunity to do something else. I like seeing my background fabric, and I just added a ruffled piece of that I bunched up as I stitched it on, piece of ticking there, and I really like that, and I feel like it balances with that as well. So just embrace the wonky. The wonky is great. Nothing needs to be too, hello little bunny, too perfect. I've just clipped those together, so it helps it all stay under control. And these pages are pinned together, and then I will decide to you know, stitch them down, but that can happen later. So I'm very, very pleased with it. It's very exciting, guys, isn't it? So there we go. So that's how we're going. I got plenty of room in this book. Yeah, so I will get cracking with mass stitching. And if I do, once I've done all of that, I might post a photograph on Instagram. And then next week we will be speaking about composition. So every month it's the same formula. Background, reveal, background, composition, and then, you know, embroidery and all that sort of stuff comes after that. So it's very slow paced for those who like to go slowly. Those who go quickly, well, do too. That's all I can say, or do an extra page or that sort of thing. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go and join this all together and upload it, so that way I won't be late. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.